we are going to be playing Reign of Kings. Was just released a couple days ago from the making of this video. It is now March 31st, 2015. If anybody have been following this online, you can get it through Steam, and there's been kind of a discrepancy on it because of a DDoS attack on the server, so you can't really join a server unless you know the IP. Luckily, I do. But I'll just be giving you a brief little showcase of it and tell you what I like and don't like about it. I've only played it once, so bear with me here. You are welcome to use this IP. That's the first one that I played on, and I kind of like the people on it. It works out. Oh, looks like it was fixed on the DDoS attack, because normally it wouldn't show you any of these lobbies, but it must work now. So I mean, can't complain there. Regardless, I will be typing in the IP because I don't really want to look for mine. I think that should be it. Here's a good example of their artwork. It's actually pretty good. I do like the artwork on the loading screens. There's not very much of it, but from what's there, it is pretty nice. And, okay, as you can see here, I'm dead. What happened is when you log off, you just fall asleep in a sleeping bag. But people can kill you while you're sleeping, so that's what happened there. You can either respawn at the beach or respawn in bed. You can't read in bed or whatever. Haha, because my webcam's there, but I'll respawn at the beach. This is actually good, so I can show you how you start. C by default is changing your view. I'm not going to go through making of the character. It's pretty obvious if you made a character or anything. They have a lot of customizing abilities. I made my guy kind of proportionate. A lot of the people you see around here are so in proportion. I don't know why they even have that. But you're going to start off with one of these cudgel-looking things. And essentially, you can just go up and, like, this is a person right here that logged off. So you can pretty much just beat the shit out of him. But I'm not really going to kill him just because it's on the beach and he's probably new. So don't want too many enemies anyway. Not that he'll know who killed him, but whatever. So you can go off right away and start whacking sticks. There's a chat. As you can see, I'm gathering wood. I will do something here for a second just to help you guys. So you can see a little better. Down on the right, it is your energy, your thirst, and your hunger in that order. And as you can see, I just got -1 wood there for tax. That's because whoever is king can set a percentage on how much you have to give them. So anything that you mine, anything that you get in general, any resource, the king will get a certain percentage of that. And I think right now it's at 3%, based on the last person that I knew was king. So that's why you'll see that in the bottom right there. I do like that the tree kind of breaks and falls, and then you can still kind of chop at it a little bit. Well, that one turned on its side. But there are some pretty good physics to the game. I don't really know how that makes sense, but you can go up here and should be able to hit it. Chat. There is actually voiceover if you use V as in Victor. You can do voice chat with anybody who's near you. So that's how you gather wood. And other things you can gather, like bushes like these. If you hold E, you'll get sticks. One thing that you're going to want to do right away, I don't know if this is anything. Yeah. One thing you want to do is find these little white bushes like this right here. That's going to be flax, and that's going to be a really important part of this game, especially early on. Flax is going to be pretty much what you make everything out of. You can get clay, which I don't really need right now anyway. To know the admins pretty well right away, so they hooked it up. Right there, that's going to be the King's Castle with the sword on the bridge. You can pretty much just run up there and take the throne, but they can build a wall on there, and you kind of have to have a group of people to take it down. It was pretty fun the other day. We said that we were going to sacrifice this guy in front of the king. The king said, okay, yeah, bring him. So we rope tied a guy, brought him to the king. King came out. We ended up rope tying the king and his bodyguard and making him duel for his life. And he made it out alive, so we let him keep his throne. But you know, this server especially, we don't want to be too much of assholes, but it can get pretty funny. But it was kind of a realism game. And then once I actually got in game, I saw some messed up animals, like werewolves, and I was just like, you know, there are werewolves in this game, or whatever they're called. That's what they call them in this game. They don't look like werewolves to me, but that's what they want to call them, so be it. Little inventory slots. Number 0 there is your orifice slot, which you can use your imagination on which orifice you want to use there. But if you get into bindings from someone, you can pull out a sharp stone from your orifice and use it to escape with the sharp stone. So that's pretty important because people just run up to you and rope you, and that's the only way to get out. And they can like hang you and stuff like that. This is the base that I was staying in. It's actually one of the admin's places, but I don't think they're on right now, and I don't have a key to get in. So, but that's where you saw me in the inventory is right here. Yeah, I think you can have like what 24. Yeah, 24 slots, and you can be slotted up in here. It still does take the same amount though, so if I put that there, it's still there. You can make a bunch of different armors, which is pretty cool. Like I said, flax is going to be a pretty big part of this. Make a chest. I always like making these horns. I can show you that in a minute. Banners are pretty cool. You actually make a banner when you first start, based on how you want it to look, and yeah, I mean you can just walk around with one of those. Whip is pretty cool, especially if you get somebody in binds, and a lot of people will put them on the gallows or the guillotine, and they'll whip them or throw rocks at them. I don't know. You can do some sick stuff in this game if you're into that type of stuff. I'm really not, but it is pretty funny watching other people do it sometimes. The server I'm on is on a role-playing server, so it can get pretty funny. One thing I will say about the game so far is that if you go into a pretty dense area like this, it starts lagging and tearing pretty bad. And I mean, that's just, part of alpha. Not really the fault of anybody, but my computer shouldn't be having a problem with it. I have a SLI set up on two 970s, and it would not affect this at all. So, let's see how many more I need for this. I need 90 and I have 55. F, as in Foxtrot, is to taunt people. And you can choose the voice that you have for your person, which is kind of funny. Mine's like funny, heroic, or something like that. H is to like interact or wave or something like that. Just do random stuff, apparently. Not exactly sure what the hell that is. Kind of worries me a little bit. Dance is J. Don't think you can get out of it. There we go. Taunt the king. See what the hell's going on up there. Put like incorporate some type of animation for picking up things like this, or they're just gonna leave it as simple as that. You just walk up to it and you can actually run by it and click it right before you get to it, and they'll just pick it right up. I don't know if they're gonna change that or what. For the those of you who know these creators, it's like something Hatch or something like that. They're the ones who made Starforge, which kind of took a dump. They just like quit funding it. They ran out of money and just released the game, and it was not finished. So a lot of people are kind of weary about buying this game because of that reason. Personally, I mean, from what I've played, I think when I paid for this, it was what, $20 or something like that. Might be a little overpriced for what's finished with it. It is a fun game though. If you have friends who like, to play these type of games and play this game especially, it is pretty fun. But you can see my thirst is really far down. That's from running. It just destroys it. But craft this. So I made a horn. And I'll show you what I mean with these king towers. It kind of makes it impossible, especially if you're by yourself. There's no way to get to the throne unless you have a bunch of people and made like siege equipment, because it just won't happen. Graphics are pretty good though. I mean, for the most part, just kind of buggy. Realized that we were going to try building around his wall up on this sword up here, but we couldn't do it because there's some freaking like safety force field or something like that. Bottom right, that's my health. The darker white is how much health I actually have, and it shows you like where you're losing your health. So right now my torso is going down because I'm going to die of thirst. This is what I was talking about. There's not much of a wall left anymore, but it's kind of just impossible to get around a lot of this stuff. Maybe they changed it. I think someone might have got king. Someone else did. Anyway, you could never get to this. Yeah, see. Can't get to the other side of it because someone's king. Oh, there's a guy right there. You're just gonna taunt me, I guess. Nice wall. This is how we do it here. And that's one way to die. So yeah, here's some more artwork. You get the point. That's about it. I mean, there's not a whole lot to deal with. Crafting is just the big thing. But not going to take up too much of your time. You can get a rock. Is Django, and the tax right now is 5%. Land is, or the realm is land of the free. So, I mean, they can change that at any point. Whoever, and I mean, you can change it from this menu. See, you must be king. He has it up to 5%, which is a little bit more than what I'm used to, but I've seen people have it up at like 20%, which is just ridiculous. But hey, when you're king, you can rule with an iron fist. You can literally throw it all the way up so that anything everything that you mine would go to them. So yeah, that is all I have to show you guys. Is it worth purchasing? I don't know about at this point. If you have a few friends that are gonna play it, then yeah, by all means, go for it. But otherwise, I probably would say no. Um, if you do want to play it and just kind of, you know, see where it goes, that's something you always do. But given the history of the makers of this game, it's kind of sketchy if you'd want to throw money to it. It depends on what $20 means to you. I got a pretty good deal on it, so I didn't really care. But that's just a matter of opinion. So that's it. Well, have a good one, guys. You're gonna have to make that decision for yourself. Like, subscribe, comment.